Hello, my name is Russ Van Gompel. I'm the Brown Deer Village Manager. And on November 1st, the Village Board adopted our 2011 budget. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about our budget. First of all, the Village was considering the budget over a series of workshops. We looked at a bunch of different options and talked about how we want to present our budget and operations for 2011. The main thing that the Village looked at is maintaining its current service deliveries. To do so required us to have a slight increase in our expenditures and revenues, and I'd like to tell you just a little bit about that. On the expenditure side of things, we're looking at an increase of about 1.5% or $143,000. Most of those expenditure increases are really tied to public safety, police, and fire protection. And while we tried to hold the line on our budgets, we were faced with a couple of increases that I would like to note. First of all, we had an increase in our contribution to the North Shore Fire Department. Brown Deer is one of 7 communities that participate in the North Shore Fire Department, and our expenditures for that department went up $58,282 in 2011. In addition, the Village has a contract for waste hauling services with Veolia. We are in the 3rd year of a 5-year agreement.
Third year of the agreement, the increase is $39,420.
With those 2 increases, we were able to pretty much hold the line. We had some other minimal increases in wages and benefits, but it should be noted that none of the employees received any increases in 2010, and our health insurance premiums for employee health coverage remained at its 2010 level, so there was no increase in health insurance. The budget that we presented and was approved is basically a balanced budget in which revenues equal expenditures. In total, the Village receives about 72% of its revenue from taxes. And those taxes are not only property taxes, but other taxes, including hotel room tax and our water utility. The increase in the property tax portion of our general fund was 1.59%, and that was tied specifically to the dollar increase needed for our fire department contract and our contract with Veolia. Historically, the Village has received about 70 to 75% of its revenue from taxes. The dependence and reliance on other revenue from the state of Wisconsin continues to be decreasing, and our revenue from other sources is pretty much held steady. In addition to receiving money for our general operations, the Village also takes some of the tax money and uses it as an investment in our capital projects. For 2011, we're looking at an increase of about 3% in our investment in capital projects. The money for capital projects are basically used for street rehabilitation program. We're one of the few communities that actually has a levy for that. If you're coming from another community, sometimes communities use special assessments. In Brown Deer, we do not use that. We also have capital projects for the North Shore Fire Department, police projects, including police cars, and some other improvements in the Village Hall as well. In addition to our capital projects, there's other funds that impact Village residents as charges for special services. In 2011, we are recommending and approved that no change would occur in our recycling charge, and there was no change in our sanitary sewer charge. However, we do have a stormwater utility that helps us manage stormwater runoff. That utility was created 6 years ago, and the rate that we used when we established the stormwater utility, $22.95 per quarter, has been used for the last 6 years. Looking at the projects that are coming up, we are doing a small adjustment to $26.51 per quarter to help maintain and make our investment in the stormwater utility. If you look at the total tax levy, in addition to the capital projects, we do have some of our tax funds going into the operations of our parks and pond. We have a small amount that goes towards the library, and we have taxes going in to help pay existing debt on previous capital projects. We continue to look at the valuation in our community. We were faced with a revaluation in 2011. That brought down the property values overall in the community. But when you look at the impact on a typical home, we are anticipating that the total amount on the average tax bill for Village services will be $1,172.76, which is actually down $15.47 from 2010. With the change in the tax rate and the tax rate going up, the valuation is actually coming down. So we're going to have a decrease in the typical homeowner, what they pay for village services. If you're to look on a monthly basis, that total payment of $1,172.76, you're basically paying $97.73 for village services or municipal services. Again, most of that goes to public safety. About $32.02 goes towards police services. $19.03 goes to fire services. The rest of it is divided up to a number of different areas, but primarily most of our expenditures are going for public safety. In closing, the village board and myself looked at many ways to trying to maintain and reduce our dependence on property taxes. But in the end, the importance of maintaining our current service delivery was decided as the most appropriate way of providing and continuing to provide the services that all the residents have come to expect. If you break that down on a monthly basis, we're pretty confident that you would think you're getting pretty good value for your dollar. Thank you for the few minutes to review this video, and if you have any questions, feel free to call Village Hall and ask for myself, Russell Van Gompel, Village Manager, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Thank you.